few little queries on that. Nice horse though. He's an ISG. He's a 4-year-old. He's a tall, scopy, athletic type. Got enough strength in the shoulder. I think he's walking out okay, and his behaviour is good. So I can't really knock too much about him actually.
Okay, good report then for the first one into the yards. 5.9, Rich and Lucky. He was in a recent trial with Scores of Fun. I don't read too much into that literally, as Scores of Fun probably didn't trial all that well, but he raced very well. But Rich and Lucky coming out of that trial. Delightful Lau caused a little bit of a surprise first up, Jenny, when winning here at nearly 60 to 1. That was back in April. Ran well without winning though in his 3 subsequent starts. First up for the season tonight.
Yeah, well, they've decided to geld him in the off-season. He was gelded actually just not too long ago. So he actually looks in pretty good order. He's nice and relaxed here in the parade. He's a tall, athletic type. Really casual walker, and he does look fit enough. Whether or not he wants a little bit further, that's my little query now. But just a very casual, fit horse.
Northern Hemisphere bred 3-year-old is Delightful Lau. Blinkers go on tonight. Vincent Ho was on board in that recent trial, but Karis Teaton tonight rides for Tony Cruz. Here's the loose favourite, Jenny. It's Real Busy. He looked down at the 250, I thought, last time out, but to his credit, he actually stayed on okay and was only beaten 2 lengths in the end.
Yeah, well, he's one of the bleeders in the race, so that's always a slight concern. But he looks like he's quite eager to get on with things. He's neat type. He's not overly tall, but he's neatly enough put together, and he does look quite fit and pretty healthy in his coat too. So if you fancy him, he's the loose favourite, and he's well.
5.2 at the moment, about Real Busy. Third to Alpha Hedge. Lightning Steed was in behind him, came out and won convincingly Wednesday nights. The form looks good. You take a literal line through him. Here's the 3, Namjong Plus, also coming out of that Alpha Hedge race. So Real Busy finished 3rd, Namjong Plus finished 5th. Far from disgraced. How's he look for his effort?
He looks really well. He's a nice horse. He's the winner of the 5 races, this horse, but he's also a bleeder, so another one of them in this particular event. Hard not to like him on type, though. Very strong-chested horse, really good-natured, does walk out nice and casually. Would always carry just a little bit of condition because he's quite a strong individual, but he looks good, so I would give him an each-way chance.
He's a 5-time winner. He's finished 3rd or 4th on 8 occasions. Never run 2nd, Namjong Plus, but he ran a really good race, I thought, last time out. He was last at the 400 and was doing his best work late behind Alpha Hedge. Of course, Lightning Steed coming through that race, but I think there was plenty of merit with that run of Namjong Plus last time out, so I think he's worth considering here. 6.1 and 1.9. Flash Famous, he had a great season, Jenny. He went from being a 1-time winner from 23 starts to a 5-time winner from 32 starts.
Flash Famous, yes, but in June he had a lameness issue. That was with his right hind leg, and he failed the official veterinary examination with that issue on the 9th of July. So he's had a bit of time to get over that. You can see he's bandaged on his bumpers. He's a really calm, collected horse. Looking at him, just wonder whether or not he might need an outing just to bring his fitness level up. That would be my slight query with him, but I like his attitude.
Okay, Tashadelic. Now, he hasn't actually won in 20 starts here in Hong Kong. Lots of minor placings, how many 9 top 4 finishes for him. Fresh up here this evening, 1650 maybe on the sharp side for him, though?
Yeah, possibly. He made up some nice ground late in his most recent trial. And, look, in the new stable here, it might just give him a new lease of life. Horse looks well. He's a bit deceiving on the eye as far as weight goes. He's 1147 pounds he weighs in at. And when you see him, he just doesn't look that type of heaviness. But great attitude, very smooth in his walking, and he looks in great health. So he's there with an each-way chance on looks.
Tashadelic, he's in the market at 14 and 4.2. Wealthy Delight, Jenny, 15 and 4.9. Chad Schofield, John Symes. Well, there was certainly some mirror in that first up run, the way he was getting to the line over 1200. I thought the 1650 would suit him tonight.
Well, now he is a little guy. He's only 995 pounds, this horse, and he does lack a little bit of overall strength. and scope, but a very eye-catching performance on debut when he was making up that ground, and very interesting that he's going up to the 1600 here. Off that run, you'd think that would suit him down to the ground. So, look, he's not a standout type by any means, but he's very casual, he is fluent, and he is fit and healthy.
I can't believe the price he is. 15 and 4.9 are single figures for sure. Particularly, Chad's ridden 2 winners tonight as well. I think it's extraordinary, but we'll move on. Enshrined, we saw the trial, Jenny. Actually, we saw him racing, didn't we? Enshrined, who's done all his racing on the all-weather so far. Tries Happy Valley under race conditions for the first time, but he has trialled here.
Yeah, look, he, prior to coming to Hong Kong, he won on the poly track over 1,400 metres, so he's stepping up to the 1650 here. And I thought he looked a little one-paced on debut, but he's a really nice horse. It's hard to knock him as far as type goes. He's got his, Mafu's got his head turned there, so it's very difficult to say how he's walking, and I do sometimes query him in front. But he looks strong, fit, healthy and well.
Okay, that's Enshrined. Zach Purton and Casper Founds ran well. Did Enshrined on the all-weather a couple of runs ago behind Utopia Life, only beaten the next similar run last time out, and ran 5th behind Willpower. On we go to Brave King. Crossover noseband goes on here, but he was pushed out a little bit in his recent trial, Jenny. He's having start number 8.
Yeah, 77 days since he raced, so off the scene for a while, and like you, I wasn't overly taken by that trial. To look at, though, he's a nicely behaved horse. He's got some size, scope, strength. He does walk out nice and freely. His coat's pretty good. Doesn't look unfit. So he certainly gets a pass. He looks well.
Okay. Good report then for Brave King at 19 and 6. Matthew Poon in the saddle. We've seen Rich and Lucky, so a leapfrog to Winning Endeavour, who didn't win last time out, but caught the eye, I thought, behind Guy Dragon. His only win to date was over the 1650 here last season, back in January in actual fact, and gets up from the 1200 metres tonight.
Yeah, nicely presented from the Ferraris yard, this horse. He's a neat type. He's quite a stocky individual, looks really healthy. Behaviour's been terrific here in the parade and does walk out nice and cleanly, looks particularly fit. He's another bleeder in the race, but I would give him an each-way chance just on pure fitness alone.
Yep, he's got the quarter marks on the rump and the shoulder, so someone's gone to town with the quarter marks tonight and presented him nicely at Winning Endeavour. He's at 10 and 2.8. Alex Lai for David Ferraris. Drawn gate number 7 tonight at 10 and 2.8. Here's Urban Dancer, Jenny. Of course, went off in the gates here for his first intended start of the season under David Hayes. Has been back to the trials and has performed there to the satisfaction of the starter and the stewards.
Yeah, it didn't go too bad in the trials, actually. So 1,025 pounds is all he weighs in at. So he's not an overly big, strong-bodied horse, but his behaviour's been good in the parade. And considering he turned around in the gates and looked like he could have done some damage to himself, he actually walks out really quite well. So he's not the strongest horse in this particular race, but he's fluent and he is well behaved.